What's up guys, my name is Mir and today we're gonna be playing Dead Wheels and I'm gonna be ranking all classes from worst to best. Okay, so the worst class in this game is the zombie class. So the zombie class can literally eat zombie corpses, but you can't use bandages or snake oil. But you get less detected by enemies, which is good. But still, zombie class for 75 bonds, it's not worth it. No snake oils or bandages are just bad. So that's the worst class in this game. The next class, that is the second worst class, is the non-class. You don't have anything. You only get a shovel, basically no power-ups, nothing. So the next worst class is actually the hunter class. And I know what you're saying. You're probably saying it spawns with a ranged weapon, some bear traps, and some like ammo and stuff. But the crossbow is honestly the worst ranged weapon. It's not that good. But you do spawn with a lot of arrows, which is good. But all the wolves will be werewolves. So if you want to do Werewolf Hunter, the achievement, you could use this class, but any other thing, I don't think you could use it. Okay, so the next class in this game is the musician. So the musician does not spawn with any melee weapons. It only spawns with a banjo. But you can't heal yourself with a banjo. You have to heal nearby players. I say this is good for like multiplayer, but not like solo. So this is not good. This is actually not good. I'd say this is worse than the hunter. This is even worse than hunter. I'm being honest. The next class is the ironclad. So the ironclad spawns with a full set of armor, which is good, but your movement speed is reduced by 10%, which is not good, especially for nightmare mode or scorched earth or something. It's not that good, to be honest. It's worse than hunter. It's worse than hunter. The next class we're going to be ranking is not the president class, the doctor class. So the doctor class can revive teammates by using half of your health, no bandages required, but you spawn with 2 bandages and 2 snake oils and you actually have a melee weapon this time. This is mostly for multiplayer, but for solo play, this is not bad. This is actually pretty good. So, it's pretty great. Okay, so the arsonist class spawns with 4 Molotovs, which is not that bad. But it deals higher fire damage. And that potion called like something blood or something, you can ignite it and it will do so much damage. So I don't recommend it that much, but you're also immune to fire damage, which is good just in case you get stuck in like a pit of fire. This is mostly good for scorched earth. The next good class is actually the conductor class. So the conductor class spawns with no melee weapon but starts with coal. And the train goes faster with this class. So I recommend this class for multiplayer. Not really for solo play, but you could buy yourself like a tomahawk or a sword before you start the train, so you could use this in solo. The next class is the miner class, spawns with a headlamp. And also, there are more ores that spawn, and you can mine it with the pickaxe along with 2 coal that you spawn with. The next class we're going to be ranking is the Necromancer class. The Necromancer class, most people thought it was going to be insane when it came out. It's not that insane. Like the Jade Sword or the Jade Mask is better than the Necromancer class. Even like the Easter eggs, they're also better. And you also lose health when you revive something. I thought this was gonna be like Sun Jin Woo's class, but nope, this is literally a Walmart Sun Jin Woo. The next class we have is the High Roller class. And the High Roller is very good because you get more money, but you're more likely to get struck by lightning. So when it's like a lightning night, you're cooked. You're absolutely done for. The next class that is actually very good is the Priest class. The Priest class spawns with a shovel, 2 crucifixes, and holy waters. And it's immune to lightning. And you might be thinking, this is worse than High Roller, but the crucifixes and holy waters are very effective weapons. Basically a worse version of electrocutioner, and maybe the holy waters could be a better Molotov. So it's actually very good. The next class we're going to be ranking is none other than the Demolitionist, the Alamo class. It spawns with a helmet, and you basically spawn with a lot of defensive items like barbed wires and cheap metals. And you spawn with a shovel, which is good. And you also have a helmet, so you take less damage, which is not bad. That's actually very good. The next class we have is the Milkman, and you might be thinking, why would you need a bottle of milk to survive? Well, here's the answer. You regen faster. You go like super speed. You go faster than Sonic. Or at Sonic speed, I don't know. But then, you also do more damage. Like, you could do more damage with a little revolver, which is great. So the Milkman class is a pretty solid class. The next class we're going to be ranking is the Vampire class. Not the Vampire, the President class. So, the President class spawns a powerful soldier when you die, but the enemies can see you 2 times as far. I recommend this in like multiplayer. For solo play, this is just bad. Like, it's actually just bad. So then, the next class is actually the Vampire class. And the Vampire class increases your movement speed and melee damage, which is actually a very good buff. But you take damage in direct sunlight, so you don't want to stand in the daytime out in the open, and you don't want to get destroyed by werewolves. But you spawn with the vampire knife, so werewolves are not a problem. Because you could literally just heal. Just click, just spam click, and just heal. Basically, you have an insta-heal with this class. The next class is gonna be the demolitionist class. The demolitionist spawns with, is that a headlamp? Doesn't really look like a headlamp. I'm not gonna count that. But it spawns with a bunch of landmines and a gunpowder barrel, which is good for defending your train, but you could stand on your landmines and you could die. But with this class, you won't, because you're immune to explosive damage. So basically, Sterling and towns are basically just easy mode now. Just light up some dynamite and gunpowder barrels, and a werewolf, and the entire castle is done for. The fort is done for. Everything's destroyed. But the next class we're going to be ranking is the cowboy class. And he spawned with a revolver, some ammo, and a saddle. But the horse is the main part, because it's very easy to raid towns with a little horse. Like, bam, bam, bam. You could just snipe people from horse view, which is great. The next best class is the survivalist class. And the survivalist class is actually overpowered. The lower your health, the more damage you do, which is great, and it spawns with a tomahawk. I don't think you even need a shovel, so if you have a conductor on your team, you can just give him a shovel and just call it a day, which is great. So this class is actually a very good class. It's gonna be in the top 3 for me. It's in the top 3. The next class we're gonna be ranking is the Packmaster class. So the Packmaster class is actually overpowered. You have 3 tamed wolves, which doesn't really seem that good at first, but any wolf that attacks you will become tamed. So basically, you can literally make an entire wolf army and destroy Nikola Tesla or the new Goliath boss, which is overpowered. But the absolute best class in the game is none other than werewolf. So the werewolf class is actually overpowered. Even though you're as fast as the ironclad in the daytime, you're like a little boy in the daytime. At nighttime, you're the alpha sigma male. You're bam, you just insta-kill people. Bam, werewolves are basically easy now. So basically, you also go at 2 times speed and you get 2 times health at nighttime as well, which is overpowered for only costing 50 bombs. So that's it for my class ranking. If you want me to do another one of these with buildings, you can, or mobs, you can. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.